You can walk anywhere in this world, and niggas would be like, where you from, New York?
Yeah.
Anywhere. They not saying, where you from, Cali? Where you from, New Mexico? Are you from Detroit? No, nigga.
So,
where you from, nigga, New York?
Let me show you how arrogant New Yorkers is. We don't even think we got an accent. They're like, you got an accent. I'm like, no, motherfucker. You got an accent.
I'll go right.
Now, the impact of Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks felt it right away, especially with them going up against G.G. Jackson. It's one of the best power forwards in the league. And right here, as they try to get this switch on Mikal, he's caught. In a way, it's almost a pointless pick and roll right here, because now they got Mitchell Robinson, great contest, along with Mikal trying to recover right on Ja Morant. And look at this deadly lineup right here. You got Deuce, Mikal, OG, and Mitchell Robinson. My man Mitchell Robinson instantly helping with that transition defense, something we've been struggling with all season long. That rim protection is much needed, as guys at times, they look very confused on the recovery. Whether we make a basket or we miss one or it's off the turnover, that transition defense has been a real fucking issue. And here's a prime example of it right here in transition. Look how many Heat guys are in the paint. I mean, guys are still not back. I know the Knicks were in South Beach on a Saturday night. Maybe they was at Club Live. Who knows? That first quarter hangover is real. But going back to Mitch Rob, how could we forget the offensive rebounding? The second chance opportunities was one of the weapons that the Knicks had just from a few seasons ago, which the offense sometimes was pretty stagnant with the three-point shooting, but it didn't matter because Hartenstein and other guys like Mitchell Robinson were cleaning up the glass and giving the Knicks a lot of second chance points, and it helped propel this team to a highly offensive ranking, even though they didn't have any shooters. And at the end of the day, all these second chance points leads to easy buckets as the Knicks try to march for a comeback, and Mitch right here making that transition smooth. Now, one thing as of late that doesn't really get talked about a lot is the defense OG Anunoby has been playing ever since he made his return against the Cavs. He's been everywhere and he's been doing everything. For instance, in this game, he had to worry about Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, and Evan Mobley. It's kind of crazy how he looked in his first game back. For example, right here, he fights through this screen to Evan Mobley, and he keeps up with the versatile DeAndre Hunter. But once again, that was just a warm-up. OG has been everywhere since he's come back from injury. It's crazy when you think about it because his defensive assignments just coming fresh off of injury has been crazy. Got Bam Adebayo, one of the best power forwards in the league. Same thing for Triple J Jackson out in Memphis. And the same thing in Cleveland with Evan Mobley. He's guarding Darius Garland as well as Donovan Mitchell. So OG has been asked to do a lot while he's still getting his stamina underneath him. And he has responded well. OG right here, as Deuce gets caught right in the screen from Paul George, OG is going to switch on Tyrese Maxey, and he's going to fight over this screen that's coming up on the dribble handoff. And Podcast P goes on an island with Deuce where he could maintain his own. This defense does have a lot of versatility to it. OG is good enough to guard anybody in the perimeter. Same thing for Deuce, but those two guys could also, from time to time, Deuce McBride, I'm going to give him props on this. He could hold his own on certain power forwards, but OG could also make that switch, holding his own against centers and power forwards. Meanwhile, with Mitchell Robinson returning into the lineup, it gives the Knicks a lot of different looks going up against certain teams. Here's a perfect example of it right here. Triple J trying to get a switch on Mikal, but it proves to be pointless because now there's no advantage. You might as well have just called Cat for the switch. But this is what I mean. The Knicks do have versatility on their defensive end. And imagine if Mitch was there instead of Cat. It really gives that switch a different set of options for Ja Morant, especially him loving to finish at the rim. It's not going to be as easy. Here's another peek of that defensive versatility. Pick and roll with Duncan Robinson. Got Mitch, got OG involved right here. Mitch has those long arms, so getting this over the top is not going to be as easy. OG is just hounding guys. He's all over the place. He forces a turnover. OG is lit, man. I'm telling you, ever since he came back, he's been a different man. Again, some more of that Knicks versatility on defense. OG with the nice contest. Right here, Deuce. Left on the island, hold his own. Knicks really have a lot of guys around the perimeter that can defend multiple positions. At least 1 through 3. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, OG Anunoby. OG, once again, he's on Bam Adebayo. Tries to post him up. OG denies him from getting position and forces a turnover. That's sort of the good thing when guys kind of go out for a little while. You kind of reevaluate their importance. And OG Anunoby, man, there's no way the Knicks could replace him, man. This guy is really 1 in a million. I mean, look at the strength OG has on Triple J. That's one of the best power forwards in the league. Completely denies him right there. The Grizzlies know OG's a problem. They set one screen on him right here to free up Jackson. And they're going to set a second one right there. He still gets through both of them. And just, damn, he's just a havoc right now. Ja Morant is fucking stuck. He is frustrated. The Knicks are sinking Mikal Bridges on him, OG on him from time to time, Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride. He does not get a minute off. And I know the night before in that game in South Beach, OG is one of the reasons why the Knicks fully made that comeback in the fourth quarter. He was completely part of it. I know he didn't go out the night before because he was everywhere. Knicks are down 7. Tyler Hero's trying his heroics, but he ain't going nowhere. OG's on him like glue. Look at OG on this recovery right here, boy. Woo! He's still on him. We're not done yet. We're still in the fourth quarter. Look how many screens are being set up. There's a lot of blockage going on. So OG got to fight through these. This is before he even plays through defense. Once again, OG fighting through screens, and he's still closing out. Once again, OG's strength on full display. Going up against Triple J. Completely stops him in his tracks. And forces a jump ball. And this was something that wasn't really acknowledged in this very game, was that OG Anunoby made it very inconvenient for their scoring leader, Triple J, to kind of get going. Very, very inconvenient for him to even receive the ball in certain spots. It's not really Ja Morant this season that has been the leading factor for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's been Triple J. And OG just sort of began to eliminate that. Like I said, this season, guards like Ja Morant, they've had a lot of issues. Look at the Knicks right here. They're able to switch. Now he has Deuce on him. And we've been doing this to guards all season long. And now he's got to deal with OG with this turnover. Earlier this season, we did the same thing to Damian Lillard when he made his first appearance in Madison Square Garden. Same thing for Trae Young. That's something that's under the radar this season. He has had horrible outings against the Knicks. Just as many points as he scores, that's how many field goal attempts he's had. And just going back to OG, just like Triple J, he's making it very inconvenient for Bam Adebayo to receive the ball. And just overthinking things leads to the turnover. And this is with the Knicks up 1 in the overtime. Knicks right here trying to close the game out. Check out OG, he's everywhere. And check him out on his closeout. And he bothers Davion Mitchell's shot. So OG during that injury period kind of got a little bit of rest while he's nursing himself right back into the lineup. And it's paying dividends. He looks like a new man. He's all over the place. And this is all while he's trying to get his stamina back.